Hey Cancer, how are you today? My name is Sherilyn and I'm here to do your weekly reading. This one is going to be for March 24th to the 28th, okay? We just shuffled these, we're going to cut them. Now I'm going to get you an oracle card out of this deck. Let's shuffle those and we'll see how your week looks, okay? All right, for my Cancer, what did we get? Okay, hello. That didn't really seem like it worked. Okay, so you got two. You got You Decide and Life Source. You Decide says when you give yourself freely, you expand your energy. If you only give to get, it will feel like a burden to or drain. Be genuine, give from your heart. And the Life Source says when life comes to a standstill, turn inward and focus on joy and excitement. Your inner lights keep everything alive and moving. Okay, so we'll see how that plays in to your reading for the week. Okay, so let's see, Cancer. What is your current situation? The Empress. Okay, so you're the end all be all right now. Male or female, doesn't make any difference. It's just an energy, but you're definitely standing in your feminine court. Currently, you are the person that can nurture something into fruition, be that whatever it is. A job, a career, a baby, whatever. You have the ability to take it as far as it's going to go, okay? All right, so what's the obstacle then? The King of Swords. So for the majority of you, it would say that you are currently dealing with somebody who is coming at your situation, relationship, partnership, whatever, from a very analytical or logical standpoint, keeping emotions at bay, okay? Not letting the emotions run freely between the two of you for one reason or another, okay? Alrighty, so what is it you need to focus on? With the Nine of Pentacles, which is what you're pulling here, I would say you need to focus on your independence. Not your independence as in I'm telling you to leave this, that's not it at all. But you need to figure out how to find a sense of contentment from within, okay? You can't look to this person to be able to make you happy. You have to be able to find that from within yourself, it looks like, okay? All right. What do we need to leave behind? The Knight of Swords. This is a quest for clarity, it looks like. So you're on some kind of a witch hunt, it feels like, for some sort of clarity that is unnecessary, is what's being said here. You know, whatever it is that you are, this clarity you're looking for is either not going to change whatever the situation is, or it just feels like it's rhetoric. That's what you need to leave behind, it's saying. Okay. What is your strength in this situation? The Queen of Wands. So you're coming through as the Empress, but you're presenting here as the Queen of Wands. So you're still very desirable, somebody who's very determined, somebody who sees what they want and they go after it. It's a good combination. It is. It also speaks, as above, so below. It speaks to this independence that you need to nurture right now. You need to nurture your own sense of independence and the ability to really find your own happiness from within, okay? To not really focus on like a codependent sort of a deal where you need this person to make you happy, okay? All right, what is in the near future? The World. So the World card being in the near future says that there is a cycle that's closing out. It does not mean the relationship is closing out. It means a cycle is closing out. It could quite easily be a codependent cycle that you've been in recently is closing out as you find more independence, okay? But there's some sort of a cycle coming to an end, okay? So something new will start then instantly. That's how that works. One closes, another opens, right? Okay, what is the advice? The advice is the Magician. So what they're saying here is that it's time for you to manifest the life that you want. Okay, it's not just going to appear. You can't just, you have to go out and work for it. You have to manifest what it is you want in your life and how you want it to be. All right, what's the atmosphere right now? Four of Cups. This is telling me that currently you're feeling quite dissatisfied with the current situation as it stands. I get the feeling that's from an emotional standpoint because this person is not letting emotions flow. Whatever the case may be, you have to remember to be grateful for the things that you do have, okay? Sometimes when we get into this Four of Cups, we start to only focus on what we don't have. And that's not really fair because you have plenty, I'm sure. You want more, we all do. But you have to remember to be grateful for what you do have, okay? And your greatest fear is the Eight of Cups. For some reason, your greatest fear right now is that this person's going to walk away from you. I don't feel like that is necessarily founded. So it feels like it's based in an insecurity or something, or a projection. Because it doesn't feel founded to me. But at any rate, it's still a fear, so that it is what it is. All right, what is the outcome here? The King of Pentacles. Well, if this King of Swords is going to transition into the King of Pentacles, that would be a welcome change, I'm sure. It would have a little bit more balance and emotion into it. It would be more abundant. It would also be a little bit more of a boss energy, which could mean it's a little more controlling, but it's a progression at any rate. There you have that. So how did these two play into it? Let's see. So you decide. When you give yourself freely, you expand your energy. If you only give to get, it will feel like a burden or drain. Be genuine, give from your heart. So have you been only giving to this situation in the hopes of getting back? You know what I'm saying? Were you giving with the tag attached to it or something so that you could receive backwards? If so, that's not how that works, right? You're supposed to give genuinely and then things happen. Life source, when life comes to a standstill, turn inward and focus on joy and excitement. Your inner light keeps everything alive and moving. So I feel like that's in reference to this Four of Cups, where you have to remember to be grateful for the things that you already have. Turn inward. That speaks to the Nine of Pentacles as well, to you finding your happiness from within and not being codependent towards somebody else for your happiness. Okay? Not a bad week, Cancer. It's really not. It looks like you're just learning to be somewhat independent while still being in a relationship. So it looks to me. Okay? All right, that's just for this week. So if you need a private reading, send me a message. I'll get you the details. Other than that, I'll be back in a few days. You guys have a great week. Thanks.